And now, from the top of the 5 stairs to the Kofman Auditorium, the California Historical Radio Society now proudly presents, for your enjoyment and entertainment, the Golden Gate Radio Orchestra.
This is the fame gap everyone would have hated in 1932.
Actually, I'm going to use that.
It's a pleasure to be back here. I would love if we could get about a quarter of lights so I can actually see people. We managed the last year. Still a little more. It's not a movie. I would like to thank the California Historical Radio Society, Steve Cushman, who has worked his tail off to put all this together for a lot of years, I guess, and miraculously has made this work for us again, so thank you. And it's wonderful to see Stan Bunker, the man I wake up with every morning, to the annoyance of my wife, very early. We are the Golden Gate Radio Orchestra. We play from original arrangements. We have a large collection, one of the largest in the United States, of original arrangements of the Great American Songbook songs, and that's what we play. And we are not playing made-up versions. These are actually go back to the original years. So we are going to go back to the year 1930. The last one was Summertime, which was from 36, with George and Ira Gershwin from Porgy and Bess. And the Lullaby, sung by Bess, not by me. Time on My Hands by Vincent Youmans, 1930, in an arrangement from that era. I get to introduce the mellifluous Eric Ribeiro, our baritone soloist, will be singing. We'll have these songs generally had one chorus mixed in for the vocals, and that's how this is the way they were originally sung. They usually would have 3 choruses of varied arrangements that are instrumental, and then 1 chorus where the vocalist actually sings the words. So you have to catch them fast. They come the second time. We move to a late Jerome Kern song, 1946. The lyrics are by Oscar Hammerstein II. Many of you know from Hammerstein and Rogers in that reverse order. And it's my privilege to introduce our diva of the evening, Joy Eaton. Diva, Joy rubs two notes together and there's a fire. And I want to say Joy Eaton was, before I was here, she and her husband Todd were the directors and kept this orchestra going for many years. This is a volunteer organization. It kept this organization going for many years, and the fact that we are here now is because of that. Her husband was a victim of pancreatic cancer a few years ago. So we're glad to have her back to sing today. All Through the Day by Jerome Kern. Mademoiselle Joy returns with a Hoagie Carmichael Johnny Mercer number, Skywalk, 1942. was made rather famous by Stan Kenton and his band, another arrangement. Sort of continuing the exotic mood, we move on to a song in our mellifluous, I guess he's a Devo by now. She's a diva, he's a Devo. A Devo, Eric will come back and he's going to arrange a little witchcraft in the house.
It should show up on the HDMI port.
This group gathers on Wednesday nights over in San Mateo and is made up of a mixture of, a mixture of people from all paths of lives who love to play this type of music. There are very few organizations in the United States, in fact in the world, that are devoted to playing sort of in an authentic, proper style these golden oldies. How do we relate to the radio society? Back in the days of live radio, there was music, constant music. There was never a more musical time, probably in history, than the 25 or 30 years between 1925 and about 1955, when television really had taken over. It's a sad commentary of what's on the radio now. As music, it's all canned. But in those days, when all that equipment I was looking at over there was going on, many shows were played 3 times and at least 2 times because they were live and they were generated for the audience on the East Coast and the West Coast. And all of those shows were done live, and there would be a full orchestra sitting on the stage. This is a small version of what actually existed in most studios. NBC in New York had the NBC Symphony, 105 plus players, which played symphony concerts, and out of those people, they were paid full-time, and they played many of the other soap operas, they played variety shows, dramas, everything else. All of it was cued live. We did not have fake cues on tape in those days. So this is part of that heritage. This heritage also goes back to the theater. And we would have been, if this was a vaudeville house, this would have been the pit orchestra, which also accompanied. Now the only live music you hear is often at street fairs, if you go to a concert and pay a lot of money, or very few places where you hear this. So we try to treasure this. We have a very large library that we are entrusted with. And we also always love donations if anyone wants to donate. So like every other group, if you have a little money and would like to help. Also, we are happy to maybe work in a few gigs. So if you know places that are appropriate for something besides playing, please be in contact with us. Steve Cushman has all of our contact information. But I would like to just personally have all of you give these people a hand because they're donating all of their time. We added the years of experience and training and teaching and hard practice that's on this stage. I think all of us want to go home real quick. Now we're going to do an update of the song from 1929 and a 1942 arrangement, I've Got a Feeling I'm Falling. This is instrumental. will go to a song by, who wrote this? Oh, Lerner and Lowe, sorry. This is from Brigadoon, my favorite show, how can I forget? Lerner and Lowe, one of their early shows from the 40s. It is almost like being in love. Two more.